Hello guys, today I will be explaining you guys about array that we learned last time in the lesson. So first we need to understand what is array and how it works. So the array is the place to store the all same data types, data type elements. So for example, I got like 10 or 20 elements that they are like student grades. I need to not memorize, like summary, how many A, how many B, and how many C plus. So at that time, I can use the array. So array, wait. So in the array, there is a really good one function. So it's called the index. That when we are trying to access and iterating the array, it will be really useful for us to get the elements. Also, it's useful for like inserting and deleting the elements from the array. For example, just imagine that like there's like 20 elements, so I don't need one of them. I already checked, I know, and it's not important, so I will just delete based on their index. It will be useful function for deleting much more easier and faster than looping everyone and matching and doing some other stuff. So when we are creating the array, we're gonna start first what kind of data type that I want to create. So after that, I will give the variable name, like as I said, student grade, and then I will also write how many elements that I want to save in the array. So the array in the number system, it starts from the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then blah 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 blah. But in the array, it's gonna start. In the index is gonna start from the 0. Like for example, you got the 10 elements, and then it's gonna start from 9, 1, 2, 3, up to 9.
9, 1, 2, 3? 0, 1.
Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit different than our number system. So when we want to access to the any of the array element, we can use this index. Also, if you go to the 15th page of the PDF, it's showing there how to access is some simple codes, like it's saying that it's giving some values and then accessing it. So what else? And then by the way, also in the 17th page, it's showing them how to insert or delete the values based on iteration. Like as we learned before, like for looping, like I equals 0 and I less than 10. If we have like 10 elements, and then I plus plus, and it will print out the all values that it said. So what else did we learn? By the way, also in 32's page, there was a really one useful function that I learned before the C++. I didn't know in Python or C++ that when you are creating the array, I used to think that we should give the how many values that we gonna enter, like integer create and then the number and then blah 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 values. But in here it will be automatically find the how many the elements that already inserted to the array. So this one was impressed me. So after that, we also learned at the next page. We also learned about the Tongchok Peor. Tongchok Peor is the dynamic array. The previous semester we learned the Java, and there was a one array list that we can dynamically store, insert, delete the stuffs. And in the C++, it's a little bit different. And in the C++, it's called the vector. It has almost same function and it dynamically works as array list in Java. So, and then what we learned. So at the 35th page, there was another useful function like each one period. It means the two-dimensional arrays. Also, there was a really nice visualization. So if we going to create the like much more complex array stuffs, so we're gonna add one more number like integer and some grades, and then it will be two numbers for creating it, and it will be in the table version like row and then column. First will be the column, and then second value, second number will be the rows. So like if I
First number is the first number is the rows, I guess. Right?
I guess it's
First number is the rows.
okay.
Oh, it's
Sorry for
It's okay, it's okay.
misunderstandings. So for example, in the rows, they are saying the first number. They are saying that like 3 rows, 5 column, 10 column. No, in which one? In the example, it's saying the 5 columns and then 3 rows, and it will go 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So also there is another version of the array, and it's called the 3-dimensional array. So we learned this at the beginning, at the end of the PPT, like 41st page. There was another one. So at the 2-dimensional array, there was a like row and columns. We could imagine as a table, but in the third dimensional array, it's a little bit different. In the calculus, like we learned x and then y, but in the third dimensional array, it also has a z, like it goes also to that side. So and then it will be like 3 numbers, for example int student grades, and then 6, 3, and then 5. So in the visualization, it will be so in the visualization, so it's the x, this is the y, this is the z. It's the z, sorry. It's the z. So as you know, this is the like what was the name? Cube, yeah, cubic. The cubic, yeah, this is the cubic. So as I said, like if it is like it goes like this and then this. So it was the 2-dimensional array, and in the third dimensional array it will also go to like this, like if there is like a 6, and then it will go like 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. So it's a little bit complex one, and I guess mostly the up to 2-dimensional array it will be used commonly. So you can understand, and then I think it's enough to be able to know how to write this 3-dimensional array. I guess this is the enough for explaining the arrays for today. Is there any questions?
I think no questions.
No questions. Thank you for watching us. This was our short week study of C++.